welcome back to the channel. Today I'd like to talk about 50 books I'd like to read before I'm 50. So having recently turned 40 and having seen videos on other booktubers channels where they're trying to get books off their bucket list and trying to do it by a set age, I'm a very slow reader, so I thought I'm going to give myself 10 years to read these books before I'm 50. I saw this idea first on Criminology's channel. He over a year ago now, he did a 50 books before he's 50. He gave himself less than a year to read them because he reads at an insane speed. And I saw Mindy at Mindy's book project do a similar, Mindy's book journey, do a similar thing also, but for her 40th. She was also born in 1983, so that kind of inspired me. Right, get my bucket list, try to find 50 books off my shelves that are on my bucket list, and then put them into like a 50-4-50. What I really want to know is, do any of you have a book bucket list? How out of control is it? Mine's currently at like 120, 130 books. So I'm trying to get 50 off of that list to try and make it smaller. Let me know how bad yours has gone in the comments below. And let's start with my 50 books. So, warning first. This is a Steve Donahue trigger warning. There are a lot of good books here. I've not put books that are on my series or I'm imminently about to read. Okay, these books are all for really next year and onwards. So if I'm about to read it, or if it's part of a series that is on my TBR already, it won't appear in this list. Also, there's 70 to 80 books that aren't appearing on this list that will probably be part of a 60 before 60 or something later down the line. So this isn't every good book that I haven't read, but these books will trigger you because there's a lot of good books here. Number 50, right, from Thomas Hardy. This is Far from the Maddening Crowd. Obviously a very good book, one that you're probably surprised I haven't read, but I haven't. That's number 50. Number 49, Augustus. This is by John Williams, and this comes extremely highly rated on Booktube at the moment. It was very hard to find in the UK at a good price, but I got it. Next, Ovid, Metamorphosis, another classic that I can't believe I haven't read. A book I want to read just because I'm so in love with the movie since, past like 20 odd years, is The Godfather by Mario Puzo. Next up, Middlemarch by George Eliot. Yeah, some of these books you can't believe I haven't read them. I am poorly read in classics though. Next up, It by Stephen King. One of the longest books on my TBR at the moment. Another very long book. Next up is The Tale of Genji. There you go. Lovely Everyman's Library edition of Tale of Genji. A huge book as well. Harlan Ellison up next. This is actually a short story that is in this compilation, and it is I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. Next up is Kafka, The Castle. Then finally, in the kind of bottom of the 50 pile, we've got James Joyce, Ulysses. And this again is another Everyman's Library because I absolutely love those. All right, next up at number 40 is A Room of One's Own. This is by Virginia Woolf. At number 39, Dr. Zhivago. At number 38, Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett. Massive book. At number 37, this is F. Scott Fitzgerald, The Great Gatsby. So I had to look because there's really small writing on there. Number 37, David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. At number 36, it's Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy. At number 35, Musashi by, is it Eiji Yoshikawa? Or Eiji Yoshikawa? Next up, To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. At numbers 32 and 31, we're going to Shakespeare. And two of the plays that I haven't read from Shakespeare that I've always wanted to read, and I know you're probably thinking, why the hell haven't you read them? That is Othello and King Lear. At number 30, it's The Republic by Plato. At 29, The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. At number 28, it's Haruki Murakami, IQ 84. At number 27, it's The Histories by Herodotus. At number 26, The Time Machine by H.G. Wells. Number 25, Stephen King again. It's 11/22/63. Number 24, Beowulf. This is the Seamus Heaney translation. Number 23, Swan Song by Robert McCammond. Big chunky book. Number 22, Crime and Punishment. But this is by Fyodor Dostoevsky, and it might move up on my list because of how much I enjoyed Brothers Karamazov. Number 21, this is The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli. Right, at number 20 and 19, they both come from this, the complete Brontes. That's Wuthering Heights and Jane Eyre. So at number 18, I'm trying to think, The Scarlet Pimpernel. At number 17, War of the Worlds, again, H.G. Wells. At number 17, we have Joseph Conrad, Heart of Darkness. At number 15 is The Black Destroyer by A.E. Van Bott. Number 14 is T.E. Lawrence, and that is The Revolt in the Desert. At number 13, It's the History of the Middle Ages, The Power and Thrones by Dan Jones. At number 12, it's The Master and the Margarita by Mikhail Bulgakov. And at number 11, Neuromancer by William Gibson. Now, before I get to my top 10, I should probably explain what order these are in. So they're actually in the order of how excited I am to get to them and read them. So if you're wondering, this list makes no sense. It's just literally based on how excited I am to move them up my TBR at the moment. So starting at number 10, this is Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy, because I love War and Peace. At number 9, this is The Odyssey by Homer, because I loved the Iliad. Number 8, A Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess. At number 7, Les Mis by Victor Hugo. Massive book, massive. At number 6, Don Quixote by Cervantes. At number 5, The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux. At number 4, Edmond Rostand, Cyrano de Bergerac. Number 3, The Big Sleep by Raymond Chandler. Number 2, The Count of Monte Cristo by Dumas. And then at number 1 is Philip K. Dick, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep. So those are my 50 books out of a list of, which probably at this point is getting closer and closer to 150, that I can't believe I haven't read. Therefore, I have to move them up. I have to get them done before I'm 50. 50 books before I read before I'm 50. This is not really a tag, but I think more people should get on this. Mindy did it. Ollie did it. I'm going to do it. I hope everyone sets themselves a bucket list challenge based on this. I think, Crim Ollie did a great thing here. He probably got it from another booktube, but I have no idea. But these are my 50. Feel free to abuse me in the comments for why I haven't read these books, and I'll catch you in the next video.